participating with this program and sharing with other women and helping them peel off the layers, you learn so much. For example, the RU486. I didn't know a lot about that pill. I know a lot more now. And most recently, I went through the program with a young woman who shared with me the RU486. Terminating your pregnancy in the convenience of your own home, it's devastating. And I think of when I learn all this stuff from people and what they share with me, and I have my own story that I can apply to it, I think about the rise in teenage suicide. I thought to myself, well, if teenagers are experiencing RU486 and they witness what this woman shared with me, when you're young, how do you process that? How is that okay? I just think there's so much destruction. There's a generation of detachment. That's how I think of it, is raising subsequent children. Later, you get married and you have children. Sometimes some women who have experienced abortions feel so guilty and so ashamed that they smother their children and over-parent them, or detached, like they keep an arm's length distance with their children. They don't feel like they're worthy of loving their children or that their children can love you because they chose abortion. There were a couple of women that came through the Forgiven and Set Free program, and one woman, there's two, I'll share both, but one woman, she was so distraught about what she experienced that she had a lot of difficulty explaining. So I didn't realize the details of what RU486 does. But she was so distraught what she saw in her bathroom and in the toilet, she panicked and she flushed. When you think about PTSD, there's triggers and things that trigger trauma and memories of trauma. So for her, every time that septic tank gets pulled out, she would go back there and remember that that's the burial of her child. She didn't give a lot of detail, so I didn't fully understand it until the most recent person that participated. She shared more, and she crumbled in front of me. And when we go through this study and we work through the layers of pain and layers of healing to hear the details of what she experienced, 24 hours in her bathroom, bleeding heavily, hemorrhaging, catching what she said in her words were my lifeless child in her hand. And very small, she was, 8 to 10 weeks along, but still fully formed. I remember her saying fully formed. From what I understand, she had to collect everything and bring it back to the doctor's office. So this happened over the weekend. So she had to deal with this trauma and have her child in a Ziploc bag, and she had to bring it back to the doctors. That's, to me, horrifying. And when I think about the teenagers that have to see what they see and experience what they experience, how do you process that? And I don't understand how that can be okay. I'm surprised that there are so many blinders on people's eyes, and that the pain and the loss is so deep, we have trouble talking about it. I think it's important that we do talk about it, that we do bring it out into the open, because we need to change people's minds about it. I'm prayerful that more women that have experienced abortion can come to a place where they can find the healing, that there's hope, there's victory, and the guilt and shame can go away. God helps you with that. The Holy Spirit helps you with that. There is a chemical change. Well, for one thing, when you're pregnant, every ounce of your body, every cell in your body is preparing for the growth of the baby. So when you abort that, you stop it, you shock your system. Right there, you've shocked everything. And that does affect you. That does affect you. I did notice there was a woman that came through the program, and she was depressed, and she was making comments like, I'm not sure this is helping. I don't know if this is helping. You encourage people to finish the book. Let's work through the rest of the book. Let's get to the end of this. Let's not stop in the middle, because you don't want to leave all this open. We want to get to that acceptance stage. So you're always encouraging people, let's do this together. You're not alone. This is a safe place. This is safe to do this. We can talk about this. I guess it was a couple weeks later, we were standing up, we were on our way out, and she had said, I was at my mom's house, and I saw pictures of me on the wall, and it was right around the time after my abortion. And she said, I noticed my eyes in those pictures were hollow and empty and dark. And she said, and then the most recent pictures, there's more life in my eyes. And I smiled at her and I said, hon, that's a sign of healing right there. You're healing, and you're seeing that in yourself.